Hello, beautiful ones. I just wanted to drop on here and share a little bit about the astrology which is coming up for the next couple of weeks, which, as we're in this container together, Dharma Source Codes, the astrology is so bang on point that the energies that we have to harvest right now are literally perfect for what we're working with. And I just also want to say on that this has been happening for me for years. I would often receive the message, the insight, the knowledge that I am to hold a container or put a program on, and often I would just intuitively pick the time and the date to start, and then I would look at the astrology and see exactly what's happening, and it would make complete sense. And this always happens, and I think you guys are going to find this so incredibly interesting, fascinating, and really bang on point. So you have the information that I put on the course platform, and I'm going to go over that, but I'm just going to add in something extra for you. So from the 13th, Venus enters Capricorn. So this is Vedic astrology. And then on the 14th, the Sun enters. On the 16th, Mars enters. And Mars is exalted also here in Capricorn, which means that it's in its happy place and its energy goes very, very well here in Capricorn. And then we have Mercury on the 17th, and which completes the lineup. So they're all crossing the Uttar Ashadha doorway. So this is one of the 27 nakshatras, and the nakshatras are another set of set of constellations. There's 27 nakshatras. So if we know the zodiac, right, the 12 signs of the zodiac, in Vedic astrology we call them the rashis. So sitting behind that is another 27 constellations. So these bring in a finer tuning and more information for us to break down. I mean, the information is coming from those nakshatras, and we have an opportunity to harness those energies also. And this particular nakshatra is very, very, very interesting. So already we have all of these planets in Capricorn. Now, I'm not going to go through each planet and in detail, but essentially you've got these, is it 4 or did I say 5? Venus, Sun, Mars, Mercury. So there's 4. And then also on the 18th, the moon joins. And that's very interesting because it's a new moon, but the moon is always the diffused energy of the sun. So we're working with a new moon here as well. So that's, also going to have 5 planets bringing their energies into Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and this is what we're doing here in week 2. This is Saturn energy. We're working through Saturn energy. We have Saturn on our back supporting us with our process, because Saturn wants us to find the lessons, the treasure in the lessons of the challenges that we have faced. Saturn wants us to realize that we are the most powerful teacher and guru that we will ever have. But in order for us to truly be embodied in that, we really have to tune into our challenges. We have to learn to turn those old stories of those old limiting beliefs, of the old bad stuff that happened to us, into the gold. We have to learn to transmute and alchemize that into something new and something wonderful, and to see and reframe those old stories into something new. So Capricorn is really always taking us through these gateways in our life, and will come up and be present and be strong at different points when the energies are really ripe for this, and the Capricorn energies are really strong. It's really important for us to draw that in, which it is now. It's with all these planets, and this is what the core of what we're doing is we're rewriting our old stories and our old beliefs and creating new ones and programming those as our new master codes, Wow. So these next few days and going up through to the 18th are really important for us to really work with these energies and really consciously draw and create that command, create that desire within yourself to really draw upon the energies that are available at this time for us to work with. I mean, on a very simplistic kind of point of view, you have Venus, which is creativity and expression and sensuality and our feminine aspect, and then Mars, that's very dynamic and very focused and this very sort of strong energy, quite masculine energy often, and Mercury, thinking, communication, like adaptability, quick thinking, technology, getting stuff done, and the Sun, our self-leadership, our central star, the true essence of what we are, the source of our power. And of course the moon as well, that nurturing, healing capacity in our inner waters, our inner realms, the sun being more the outer. It's like everything, right? Sovereignty, our sovereignty. And so with this, really is an opportunity for us to influence the field, as I've put here in the astrology, to really influence the field. But why? Why? The reason is that this nakshatra, Uttara Ashadha, symbolizes the 10 suns, the Vishvadevas. The Vishvadevas, always get that word wrong, the Vishvadevas, who are the 10 suns who grant unchallengeable victory. Okay, the 10 suns, the Vishvadevas, that grant unchallengeable victory. So they are here and they are ready to support us with all of these planets in Capricorn to really learn from our challenges, to really rewrite our stories, to find the gold and find the treasure. And they're here as the warriors to grant us this victory if we go through the process. And this is an unchallengeable victory. So know that this whole process is protected. Nothing and no one is going to challenge you except for yourself. So I want to read to you these 10 deities so that you can understand, this can give this is another finer synthesis here. And maybe these words, these virtues, these aspects of our life and living, these Vishvadevas, these gods, goddesses, will give you some prompts at what you're journeying through, okay? So, number 1, Vasu is goodness. Vasu, goodness. Number 2, Satya, truth. Number 3, Kratru, willpower, soul power. It's a combination of willpower and soul power. Before, Daksha, ritual skill. Number 5, Kala, time. Number 6, Kama, desire, and specifically purified desire. One of the 4 fundamental aspects of life is Kama. 7, Vritti, forbearance. 8, Kuru, ancestors. 9, Pururasan, abundance. And 10, Madrava, which is joy. So these 10 will give you unchallengeable victory. So what does that mean for you? The primary motivation of the 10 Vishvadevas is moksha, which is liberation, gaining insight, being more stable. So it brings actually a bit of like a kind of a soothing and a calming energy in to what can often seem quite harsh, like the taskmaster of Saturn. So again, the energies are just so beautiful for us to go through this process, to work with our story, and to just get it down, and then to go back through it and start to highlight the old stories that you've created, that are there, that are coming out of you on paper, and look and start to highlight those and start to articulate what the new stories are going to be. What are the new commands you're going to make? What are the new master codes that you're going to be inputting into you based on these old beliefs? How can you reframe these stories so that now the story is about the lesson that you learned, and the challenge that you went through, the lesson that you learned, and the treasure that you got from that? What is the gold? Because this is what we want to wear on our outside. This is what we want to lead with. This is where our deep embodied experience comes from, that when our people in our family and our communities come to us for support and help, this is where that embodied energy comes from, our wisdom comes from. And for those of you that have been struggling with this, like, who am I? What's my place in the world? Like, how can I have a place here when there are so many other people around me who have more skills and who've done more training? And I really get that, and I really see that. And we are each here by the grace and miracle of God. It is a phenomenal mathematical improbability that we are even here, that this even exists. So for us to even experience the miracle of life, like, we are in some ways chosen for this. We have put ourselves forward for this. We've created ourselves to evolve as multidimensional beings to a point where we can have a human body and come and experience this. Like, that's massive. That is huge. And it requires us to really meditate on that we have evolved ourselves from a spark of God into an intelligent, multidimensional being that can manifest a human freaking body. Like, what kind of level of magic and witchcraft is this? It's epic. So, what is the treasure and what is the gold that you're working with? That you've alchemized that shit into gold. That's what we want to know. And how are these energies helping you? How are these 10 Vishvadevas supporting you to step into your victory, to gain victory over these old beliefs that are plaguing you, that you're struggling with, but like, oh, but this is how I feel about it. And it's like, which of those 10 Devis are needed to cut through all of that so that you can see the real story, the reframe, the real magic and the gold in your story, to start to lead with that? Because these are the codes that we are going to, through this process, implant back into our system and send out there into the world. So now's your chance to really work with this. All right, my dears, I hope this has been really helpful for you. Sending so much love.